the Sad Sangha. As we chant, as we listen, as we tune our mind in, as we sense, as we experience that deepest truth of who we are as Jyotsi, as that divine presence, that divine light. And we're so blessed, Guru Pyareo, beyond just gratitude, considering how many billions of people there are in the world, how many get to sit and contemplate their true nature, how many vichare hue, separated humans are there in the world that believe that the sum of their being is only their success in the world through their wealth, through their health, through their relationships. That they are defined by the past. They are defined by the confinement of their body, or the stature of their wealth. So as we continue with this Gurmat Vichar, as we continue with this Simran, let's take a moment to do that ardas for all of the Jeev in this dunya that do not even know their true state of being. Nanak naam chardi kala tere paane sarvat. And as we do ardas for sarvat tapala, we also ask for our own pala. Because we may be new to this path, we may have been walking on this path for many, many years. But again and again we fall, and that's natural. Pullan andar sab ko abul guru gurudar. That we all forget, we all fall. Only Guru is complete and is beyond forgetting themselves, is beyond falling. But again and again in Gurbani, Maharaj shows us the path. We see this structure, this methodology within Gurbani again and again, that when we fall, within Gurbani, Maharaj comes with a plea, with a request of ardas. And it starts with that truth. It starts with, I've been a puppy, I've forgotten you. I'm struggling with Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. I'm attached, I'm unhappy, I'm dukhi. And in the same way, Maharaj is showing us that same framework, that when we're struggling, when we're suffering, when we're in pain, when it just feels like there's something missing, despite having everything on the outside, that culture, that society have told us, that we come with that truthful, honest ardas to Maharaj. Maharaj is antarjami. They already know what's on our heart and mind. So this ardas is not for them, it's for us to tap into that truth that is within us. Who are you? The sum of who you are, Maharaj tells us, is our man, vach, karam. Those thoughts of the mind lead to those words of this mukh, those vachan, and that leads to those karam, those actions. Kar karna, likh le jabu, aape beej, aape hi khao. So the sum of who we are, the sum of what we experience in this life, tracks back through our actions, through our words, back to this man, to this mind. So whether you're somebody like me whose ego gets inflated because we think that we're somebody spiritual, or whether you believe also sometimes like me that you're completely unworthy to be on this path, to hold this kirpa, to embody this kirpa. The only way that we can truly know what Maharaj knows is by looking at our own mind, not in the past, not in the future, but in this moment right now. Because the only time, the only place that we can access that experience of Paramatma is in this moment, right now, in the here and now. Duk dam karari jo karapu, hajar hajur khodai. That only if we can tukar this mind, if we can still this mind for that one breath, Hajar Vajur Khodai, can we feel that presence of the ever-present Khodai Vaheguru Paramatma. So to be here right now, to tukar your mind on Paramatma, on Vaheguru, that is kirpa, that is grace, that makes you worthy. And as we sit, as we do Gurmat Vichar, we remember why are we here, why do we chant this Naam, why do we meditate, why do we come into the Sadhu Sangat. And sometimes we overcomplicate it with rituals, with our external appearance. Sometimes even it's just a sense of belonging. But when we remind ourselves that this is not about joining a religion, this is not just a tradition that we were born into, that the reason why we're here is we are being called to have an experience of our true nature, of that Jod Sarup that is within us. So once we start to remove all of that packaging of how you've showed up, of what you do day to day, of what gets in the way, what are the ragavada, what are the barriers, the obstacles. If this is simply about that experience of Paramatma that is inside of you, then there is nothing that can get in our way of that experience except our own mind, our own mind. And sometimes, Guru Pyareo, we even turn that into a big obstacle, big barrier, and say, my Panchjod are so strong, or my partner or my children's Panchjod are so strong that I can't connect, that I'm falling every day. But Guru Pyareo, what can be more powerful than Paramatma themselves who created those Panchjod? And so when we're honest, when we have that nimrata, that humility, when we have that loving desire to experience Paramatma, what happens? Jo mange Thakur apne ke, soi deve. When we have that authentic, loving desire, when we trust, have that vishwas, that bharosa, tu hai, that Vaheguru is real, that Vaheguru is within, they are listening, and they grant our every wish, our desire. When we chant, when we connect from that place of being Guru, nothing can stand in the way of us experiencing that love, of that darshan, of that shabad. It takes the speed of light for that grace to rain down. So no matter how hard we are trying, no matter what obstacles we have built in our own minds about why we can't experience Vaheguru, why we can't experience peace, bliss, or love, just know that all of those obstacles are an illusion. तू करता तू हुआ मुझ में रहा ना जब आपा पर का मिट गया जब देखो तब तुम. All that stands in the way is our attachment to me, to I, to this body, to this family, this attachment to expectation of the way that things should be. But when we come into that state of being of tu karta, it's just you, Paramatma. We become you, tu hua, mujhme rahana, nothing remains of me. Then that parda, that veil of illusion, vitagaya, dissolves, and all that's left is that experience of Paramatma. So the question, Guru Mukhyalyo, is, are we ready to surrender the me, the I, the expectation, the attachment? You don't have to do it yet, you just have to be ready. Aap gavaiye. Are you ready to lose your sense of the past, of the future, of judgment, of expectation? Even just for the time that we have left in this session, can you forget who you are, become no one, no thing, no where, no time? Because as long as there is me, as long as there is Homme, there's no connection to Na. Homme, Nave, Na, Viroda hai, Doe Namaste Dikta. That Homme and that Na are opposites, and they can't both be in this vessel of the mind at once. So yes, we need to show up in the world as we do our duties, but can our minds still be connected? And only if we can connect our mind when we sit, when we close our eyes, will we be able to carry that through into our day-to-day karam, as we do that dharam and that karam at the same time. So Guru Mukhyalyo, this is not about just trying hard when we have our eyes open. The only udam, the only karam is to take that time out to focus on the source, on the divine, on that love, on that peace, to do that simran, to do that meditation. And when you give yourself even that little bit of time every day to plug in like a telephone or an electric car, that charge then Guru Mukhyalyo carries you instead for the rest of the day, coming back again and again, preserving your energy, bringing your mind away from the stories of the past, the fears of the future, the judgments and expectations of the present. We come back again and again to just this moment, right here, right now, this one breath at a time. So let's focus this mind on that chanting as we teach our mind to come away from our own manmat and bring it back to the present moment, to the praise of Paramatma again and again. And the more we practice bar and bar prabhajatiya, the more we will access that divine state, that lies dormant within us. So chanting the Guru Mantra is only the first stage of Guru Mantra. Restraining this mind as it leaks into the 10 directions. That is the first stage, to bring it back, to teach it again and again. It's such a simple method that Maharaj Satya Patsha has given us. If the mind is scattered, teach it to sit still. That is all that we're doing when we're chanting the Guru Mantra. Maharaj has given us the anchor through that Guru Mantra. Is Sahib Ki Dek Nanak Mane Mahe. Jisse Marat Sukh Hoye Sagle Dukh Jaye. When we anchor our mind in the Guru Mantra, we access that peace and all of our dukh disappears. So let's do that chanting, let's do that Guru Mantra, and then we will explore what are the next stages of that simran, of that experience of Paramatma. So closing your eyes if they're not already closed, relaxing your body, sitting comfortably. You don't want to be disturbed by your foot going to sleep or your back hurting, so use the sahara of a wall, of a cushion if you need it. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling and relaxing your body, and doing that ardas, setting that intention that Maharaj, with your kirpa, we have set this time aside to experience you, your love, your peace, to hear your shabad, to see your divine light. Help us to restrain this mind so we can experience that true state within this mind, our true nature. So as we chant, focus on the sound of your voice. Shabad Guru, Surat Dunajaya. Who is a Sikh? A Sikh is not somebody who dresses like a Sikh. A Sikh is not even somebody who reads their Vanya each day while their mind wanders. The Sikh is the one who becomes a servant to the Shabad, who does forge of Gurbani, who implements that Gurbani. And as they chant one Guru, they listen. Their surati, their awareness becomes the servant of the sound. So let's begin. If your mind wanders, Yardana, with love, bring it back again and again and again. Why Guru, 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 why Listen. Why? Guru. 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 Why? As we chant the waves of the Panchjol, the waves of the thoughts of the Buddha, begin to bring our attention back down. So as we notice the waves trying to drown us, we chant louder, we chant with more effort. Just as a rocket trying to leave the atmosphere of the earth is subject to gravity. Gravity is a law, and it will pull down anything that is trying to rise. In the same way, as we try to rise beyond the body, beyond the thoughts, those Panchjol within this body try to bring us down. Is dehi andar Panchjol vasa. So in order for that rocket to leave the atmosphere, to go beyond gravity, effort is required, power, energy is required. And in the same way, when we're first walking this path, we want to overcome those Panchjol, that law of gravity within this body, within this mind. That effort, that energy is required. So as we chant again, we chant louder, we chant faster. So our mind has no choice but to let go of those thoughts, to go beyond those Panchjol. Why do we chant loud? Why do we chant fast? It's to awaken our own mind. Simmer, simmer. Simmer Guru Apana, Soya Man Jagaya. to awaken that mind that is asleep in the stories of the thoughts of the bunch, and to come into this present moment. Just like if we're on our phone or watching TV, someone can be calling us, but our attention is distracted and we don't hear them. That person calls us louder, and suddenly we awaken, we become present. In the same way, we chant Why, Guru. After a short amount of time, our mind sleeps again in the attention of our thoughts. But as we chant loudly again, we try to awaken that mind. So as we chant Why, very slightly bring your nabi, your belly button in. As we chant Guru, exhale, release. So Why, nabi in, Guru, exhale, release. So Sari and Nijapana, we're going to chant together at the same pace, at the same volume if we can. And we're only going to do it for a short while. We're sharni karni, we're not going to feel embarrassed, because this is the highest act that we are here to do, is to awaken this mind. So I'll check your mind in this moment, check its state, how many thoughts are coming and going, and then we will check again once we have done this. So Kirpa Karo. Why Guru, 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 notice how the mind still wants to chant without any effort, even if there's thoughts on the surface. The mind still yearns for stillness. So as we chant, we learn to stabilize the mind, to bring the mind into a single pointed awareness, ekaman, ekajit, where it was scattered in the 10 directions, in thoughts. Now it sits still with a single pointed awareness. So whenever we're chanting Jagaviya Sijapana, the idea is to reduce that gravity of the Panchajod on the mind and to bring that mind into more presence, more stillness, ekagrita. So the first stage of the Simran is to chant, is to listen. The second stage of the Simran is to sit in that state of listening, suniya. The more we do the Simran, the more we practice bringing our mind into the presence of Paramatma. Sadi mandi mail ledijate. Our mind gets bathed. And as the mind bathes, as the thoughts lessen, we start to hear that anahata shabad, that internal sound. So some of the notes may be new, and so they're encouraged to keep practicing that state of chanting and listening until their mind feels more peaceful, at ease, and there's less thoughts. But as we begin to do that for a while, as the mind settles, we can practice sitting and listening. And we do that by focusing on the nabi, on the belly button. Gurbani tells us, Dono Siranka Abasavami. There's two ends, there's two sid, where this game of the mind is played out. One is at the belly button, and one is between the eyes, a little bit in front. Not in the forehead, but between the eyes. And there's a pathway, there's a map that we need to follow. We shouldn't go straight to focusing between the eyes, because that shabad gets activated from the nabi. So that's why when we chant, we're encouraged, as we say Rai, we pull in slightly. As we say Guru, we release. And every time we do that, we're activating that Shabad within our mind. It's always there. It's always been there. But it's allowing us to hear what's already there. We don't want to do it too harshly. This is no yoga. This is no breath of fire. We don't want to increase the heat in our tummy, so we do it gently. Why? Good. Why? Tummy comes in slightly. Guru. We exhale. And we bring our attention and keep it at that nabi. As we bring our mind away, attention away from the thoughts of the mind, we ground it in that nabi, in that doorway where we will hear that shabad. So as we continue, we're going to still chant. We're going to keep our attention in on the nabi, on the vahe, exhale on the guru. And after some time, we will practice antargat siman, chanting internally, and then sitting in asana, sitting and listening for that shabad or to that shabad. So again, completely relax your body, sit comfortably. Saryane Katyane Japna, we're all going to chant again at the same pace, listening to the sound of your own voice, but also paying a little bit of attention to make sure that we're in tune with everybody else, keeping that level of attention. Karo Kirpa Kaband Kanya. We say why, listen to your voice. Check, have I heard the sound of my voice? Vedasi Pura Jaswasarukana, we hold the breath slightly. We chant Guru, we exhale, we listen, we release. Karo Kirpa. Guru. Keep the attention at the nabi. Guru. Attention at the nabi. You need to place your hand at the belly button. You can do so. Come back again. As we continue, we're going to hold the breath for a little bit longer between the vai and the guru. थोड़ा ज़्यादा generously अपने श्वास में hold करना है. Then relax your body. Really listen as you chant. Keep your attention around the belly button, holding that breath slightly longer between the vai and the guru. As the breath comes in internally, reciting Vaya, and listening as the breath goes out, chanting Guru in your mind, listen in your mind. Slowly, slowly bring your attention to the Nabi and just listen. Somasi Anjapanani Asi Asan Vamaya Nabite. We're not going to chant, we're just going to listen at the belly button. Again, you can place your hand there if it helps. Just listening. in your own mind, and then slowly, slowly come back down to the belly. Listening. You can open your mouth slightly. Or just open a more quickly. Helps to reduce the thoughts and listen. Try to keep your eyes still and your attention on the belly button. Relax your body. Come back to the bottom of the belly. For those goggles, you can hear shadow. Keep your attention listening to the shadow. Otherwise, learn to chant without breath. Inhaling Mahi, exhaling Guru, keeping your attention at the Nabi. Guru Kirpa. Holi, coming back to the lovely, listening, soothing. As we practice anchoring our mind, the Guru Mantra, we then learn to sit and listen, backed by an audio sound from the monk of Buddha, the voice of our Guru calling us home. And as we do that Simran, always doing the Simran out loud to begin with, to settle the mind. When the mind settles, only then we should practice listening. And as we practice listening, as the mind becomes clear, we start to hear that shabad, that sajidam, that sound that all of creation was created from and vibrates from. Gita Basal, Eko Kaval, Disle Hoye, Lak Darya. Is from this Kaval, this shabad, this sound, that all of creation was created in Vaiguru's Hukam. The rivers of creation. Once our mind detaches from the external stories, the identities, it starts to tune in to the original sound again. So in the second stage of Simran, we start to learn to listen with love to the voice of our beloved. As we listen, our safety, our attention, our awareness automatically to its true home, to its nature. So in that first stage we did that Giriya, that Garam, just like in the Char Lama that we read for our month goddess. That first law we do the Giriya, the Garam, the actions of chanting. In that second stage we start to hear that Anahata Shabad. And as we hear, as we listen to that Shabad, it starts to feel like we've fallen asleep. The body is asleep, but the mind goes to its true home. The mind starts to encounter the beloved, gets to know them, is bathed in their light. And so that third stage, as we chant, as we listen, Paramatma invites us home, opens that door to their prakash, to their darshan. And we start to see with our spiritual eyes Anubhav Prakash, that light, that experience of Sahaj, our true nature, beyond this physical form and identity. And as we spend time with our beloved, we start to merge our mind into theirs. And while we still return to the body, the mind is in one, is at peace, is in tune with Paramatma in that final stage of the Brahmgyani. So as we finish with a few more minutes of Simran, we do the Ardas, Maharaj, Kirpa Karo. हमारे फिरते कोई बात न पूछो. We were once rolling in that mud. We once thought that that was us. But through Vaheguru's grace, they have brought us on this path. They have brought us into their sanctuary, into the Sadh Sangha, with the gift of Gurbani to guide us, and the practice of Simran to transform us. So we do the Ardas, that Maharaj, may we meet you, may we be in union with you in this lifetime. When we open our eyes, may we see your light in everyone we meet. May we hear your midday roll with these ears. May we experience that soup of the mind, that peace of mind. And may we experience that unconditional love in our hearts. Guru Please forgive any mistakes. Let's give each other and ask